Welcome to Du'itahi Travels. Today is our first day in Delhi, and today we've been invited to go check out a textile and fabric shop from a guy who we met earlier on in the day. Is that Divakar?
Divakar DK Design.
Where I eventually buy a shirt from his shop. I have some reflections on the experience, which I then sit down with my father later on in the evening and explore the value of the product that I purchased and whether it was a fair price. Just here in the middle of New Delhi, and this morning when I was walking to one of the local sites with my dad, we happened to bump into a local businessman, Divakar. Is it Divakar?
Divakar DK Design.
And DK explained that he's got Maori heritage, Samoan heritage.
Yes.
He showed me his tattoo as well, which has tribal designs to it. And
you see my tattoos. I'm half Maori from India.
Which is amazing. Out of all the billion people here in India, it's crazy that I bumped into him. But DK was graceful enough to invite me to come and tour his what do you call this, textile business? Your
textile business and suiting business. The customization.
Yes. Okay. So
So there we go. This is our factory where we do the cuttings and with a cashmere wool and the all kind of high quality Egyptian cottons. And these are my people. Right now they're having a lunch because it's afternoon, 2 o'clock. Better 2 o'clock in the daytime, and they're having a lunch. So we are cutting here the shirts and suits fabric, and we are specialized to make these suits and trousers and shirts in the 24 hours after the measurements. Wow. So we have a lot of people, they come from all over the world. Basically, people come from the New Zealand, England, America, and Australia, and different regions. They come here and wants to make the customized suits, and we have all the machines and everything available in a high quality. And we work with a best quality, with the best fabric. In a couple of hours, we do the fittings for the people, and people who lives in the West, they are not happy to what they are getting in a different country in the West, because they're taking too much time. The tailor's taking too much time, but we are making things in a fast, and we have a lot of people to work for us. So right now 9 people working in this section, and we have a more 20 people upper sections. So now we are going to our shop where we are having all the fabrics and quality, and our shop tour.
Let's have a look.
So there we go. This is our local area where all the tailors and everybody lives here.
Right. Is there a name for this area?
This area famous for the tailoring.
Right.
Yeah, so tailoring. There we have our store where we do all the tailoring and fabric stuff and all the high quality, which is within few hours. That's our store. So here we do all the clothing, which is handmade clothing for the ladies, like all the kurtas and everything, which is people getting taking time to making, but all handmade. So there we come. We have statues, which is the Indian Ganesha statues, and all handmade. And then we have saris for the Maori and Samoan ladies. They love the saris. They love saris. And then we have ties and everything. And this properly section, we do all the clothing with a material raw silk and a silk with a different patterns. And from out of it we make all kind of jackets, shirts and long shirts. And there we have all the ladies and gents fabrics, all in the silk and cotton. And here we have all the fabric, which is we do the suits, trousers and the safaris, and all kind of jackets, which comes from the starting from the 100 thread count for the suit quality, is go up to 300 thread count super cashmere. Depend on people's choice what they exactly like.
And obviously the higher the thread count, the higher the price.
I show you everything. So this is all the shirts fabric, and here we have all the handmade scarves and everything. And there we have a little bit home furnishing, handicrafts and all that stuff.
Bit of artwork here.
And all the souvenirs stuff. That's
So are these crafts, are they made by local people or do you
they're
get them
made
from
by
somewhere
local
else?
people from Agra, people from Gwalior, people
Right.
from different states of India.
Yep.
So that's Agra is famous for the marble,
Yes, yes.
and the brass is famous from in UP.
Right.
Uttar
Yeah,
Pradesh.
Uttar Pradesh, yeah.
Uttar Pradesh. So this is the thing, and then we have a little bit jewelry for the ladies and
Right.
gents, the high quality jewelries and everything.
This reminds me of the Loom, the market that we went to today,
Yeah.
with all the different arts
Yes,
and
yeah.
jewelry and
Yeah.
whatnot.
But we have a little bit of this, but we are more famous in the clothing.
Textile, eh?
Textile. This is we are just put when people need a small souvenirs.
Right.
But we are specialized for the shirts, suits, and everything,
Yeah.
and all the quality. And then we have another section for the bed sheets where we do all the bed covers and everything.
The what? The bags?
Bed covers.
Oh, back covers.
Bed covers. Yeah.
Wow.
There we do all the
Jeez.
Californian king size, and we do all the like a handmade bed covers.
Yeah,
And you can get a California king size, you can get a king size, you can get all the sizes with the silk and cotton. And most important, our shop is not an emporium, is a local place.
Local.
So that's why people wants to come here and do the purchase, because when you buy something from here, the money not going to the one big boss. The
Right,
money
right.
will go to the community.
Right.
And the Mori and Samoan and people I know so far, they love to support community.
Yeah, of course,
because they
yeah.
are community people.
That's right. We talked about that.
I
yeah.
know that.
Yeah.
So that's what is my shop, sir. Everybody, please welcome. Behalf of the sir try to make me a famous in the videos. So everybody come. You can look for the DK design.
So what's the best way to find out about your business? On Facebook?
No, on the Instagram.
Instagram,
On the
DK
Instagram,
Designs.
or people can directly WhatsApp me whenever you come to New Delhi.
Yeah, I can put your number on the
My
screen.
number on the WhatsApp.
Yeah.
Yeah, my WhatsApp, my Facebook, and my Instagram, so people can call me
Yeah.
and they can order me whatever they want. And if they come India themselves, I can look after from the door to door.
So you were saying that today a few people from the WHO conference, which is about
They are WHO people, they are
reached out.
coming this morning, and we have a previous customer 2 years ago. WHO has another conference when the COVID is finished.
Yes.
I was there, and I'm going to this conference too, because I have a lot of clients from New Zealand, Australia,
Oh, wow.
and Denmark, and different European countries.
Yeah.
They all come, and they are all my customers, because they are coming here for 2 or 4 days,
Yeah.
2 to 4 days or 5 days, and they want to make a high quality suits in a short time.
Yeah.
And we are specialized to make in 4 days 150 suits.
Yeah.
So we have a capability
Wow.
for the 150
Yeah, yeah,
suits.
that's-
So we can make for the one person
Yeah.
easily 5 to 4 suits
Yeah.
in 4 days and 5 days. Yes.
I can't even think of how that even works, but that's
It's-
amazing.
It's work, sir.
Yeah, that's high quality.
It's a high
suits as
quality
well.
suits, yeah.
Yeah.
So now I can show you what quality we are
Yeah,
dealing.
let's go have a look, yeah.
Yeah.
Sounds good.
So you can sit down here.
Okay.
Yeah. So I show you first the suit quality. You sit down, be relaxed. You want to have some drink, beer for you?
No, I'm good. I'm good. Yeah.
No problem. Maybe masala chai.
Masala chai, sure.
Ek masala chai with sugar.
Sugar, yeah.
All right. This is the guy from the San Diego. He loves San Diego.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Cool.
So can I show you from the down quality or top quality?
Maybe the bottom quality and it will go up. Yeah.
Bottom quality and go up.
Yeah.
आजा भाई दिखाएगा? अच्छा
No, up
अच्छा.
to you. Up to you.
Up to you.
Whatever works. Yeah.
All right. So my guy,
Yeah.
he don't wants to come in a film
No, okay.
because
Yeah, yeah.
because he's a religion guy.
No, it's okay.
All
yeah.
right. So far we are done for the shop, like a shop location and everything,
Sure.
and
I can stop here.
yeah, you can stop here so he can show you nicely from all the quality and design, and then
No worries.
choice is yours.
Yeah, thank you. Okay, we're wrapping up our little tour here of the textile business here with Divaka. I managed to score myself a shirt which I'm going to wear to the conference tomorrow, and going to show off the shirt to all the conference attendants, and you'll be there as well?
Yes.
Okay, so we'll see you there. Okay, brother. Thank you very much.
Yes, sir. Pleasure to do business with you.
Thank you, you
always.
too. just got back to the hotel. I dropped off at the front gates, and that was such an interesting experience. I'm gonna go in and have a chat with my dad just to kind of break down the experience a little bit. So fascinating. Okay, so this afternoon after I got back from buying my t-shirt, I came back and I reflected with Sonia about the experiencing and kind of broke down some of the thinking that I had about the experience. And there are parts to this video that I think needs to be filled in a little bit more, which I described to Sonia. So you'll see at some point in the video towards the end of the shop tour where DK asked me to turn off the video. So when DK asked me to stop filming, he asked the gentleman to come into the room, and there were a couple of other guys that came in, and he was wanting to see if I was interested in buying some bed linen. And I said to him, I'm not interested in bed linen, but he proceeded to show me maybe 3 or 4 large bed linens, and I was just saying, yeah, cool, yeah, that's great, without any interest in it, and saying, oh yeah, cool, that's fine, I'm not interested. And eventually he was like, oh, can I show you some pashmina or some other things? Then eventually he was like, what do you want to buy? And I said, well, if I was to buy anything, it would be a t-shirt, like a t-shirt that I can wear to the conference. And he was like, okay, let's go to the other room, let's go have a look. We come to the other room, and I'm interested in this Indian looking top, and he says it's 25,000 rupees, and which is about 500 or something USD maybe, or NZD. But I was like, I'm not paying for that amount. But yeah, a t-shirt, a normal t-shirt would do. And he starts at 5,000 rupees, which I think is about 100 New Zealand dollars, and starts showing me the materials and the fabrics. Basically, I'm like, I said to him, in New Zealand, I normally don't pay for any dress shirts for more than $40, because I'm not usually in corporate environments, formal environments where I have to dress up all the time. And so I don't have a need to wear dress shirts. So for me to spend money on it would have to be minimal. And so then he offered me another shirt that was 4,000. He said, oh look, well, I can give it to you for 4,000. And I was like, no, the lowest I go is, the most that I pay is 40 New Zealand dollars. And then he tried to come down to 35,000 rupees. And then eventually he said, okay, let's have a look at some of these pre-made shirts, because what he's talking about are tailor-made from the fabric that he was showing me. And eventually I was like, yeah, cool. I'll pick that one for 40 New Zealand dollars, or I think it's about roughly 38. And immediately he was like, okay, cool, that's it. No more bargaining, no more offering of anything else. Got my shirt and I left. And came outside, and DK came and shook my hand and explained he'll probably come to the conference tomorrow. And because he's got clients from WHO who he's making a suit for, or making 4 suits, I think. I was like, yeah, I'll see you tomorrow. Thank you for selling the shirt. Thank you for the opportunity and getting a shirt. And that was the experience. So I got a shirt, or bought a shirt from the experience. Like, part of what they wanted to do was also for me to purchase one of their custom-made tailor shirts for 5,000 rupees, and so that they can also get me to promote it at the conference tomorrow. And that was part of my hesitation as well, because I was like, if you're gonna get me to promote and market your product, I need to get a discount on this. And that's why he tried to come down from 5 to 4,000 rupees. But then eventually I just bought a pre-made shirt, which actually is quite nice and probably worth, I don't know what it's worth actually, but it's a type of shirt that I'd pay $40 for in New Zealand. So seems fair to me. Now the reason why, when I was telling Sonia this story this afternoon, I was also kind of jumping back and forth between the idea of I guess, fairness, or I think, because I was just thinking to myself, is this, could I have bought this for a cheaper price now that we're in India? And something that you mentioned, can you explain a little what you were talking about before around like the system that exists that allows things to be cheaper here? Or maybe the historic.
There are a number of elements in the story. One is bargaining. Making deals is an integral part of the Indian culture. You know, dealing is everywhere, and it's not just in India, but also in many, if not most, Indian diasporic communities around the world. You walk into, so it's normal for them. So that's one part. I think the second one is that we visitors from the so-called West, from countries that are richer materially perhaps, we come here and expect to buy it cheaper here than when back home. In a way, for me, that's an example of the unfairness of how certain cultural groups or certain national formations or nations for that matter, who have set up strong economic and commercial systems that allow them to dominate the trade and the economy around the world, which is built on a history and a legacy of colonization across the world over the last 400 to 100 years. And the world is still trying to recover, from that. But you can see it's still a very influential system, especially countries from Europe who came out into other parts of the world like Africa, Southeast Asia, India, the Americas, indigenous peoples in all those regions. I might have mentioned Africa too. And they control the people, exported the people to plantations in various parts of the world, and I'm talking about a period of the last 400 to 500 years. That's colonization and imperialism. And then still we try to continue that. As you know, in the last 50 years, big corporate companies who have branches across the world, they migrated from Europe and America into Asia, and including India, and build satellites factories there that they fully own and exploit the cheap labor of the time.
Yeah.
But now human rights is very strong across the world, and that exploitation, including child labor and women's labor, are being removed more and more. It becomes smaller than what it used to be. And so there's a big imbalance in the economic systems,
Yeah.
one group exploiting another.
Right.
So that's one element of the story.
Exploitation.
Yeah,
A system of
exploitation. Yeah.
historic system of
Yeah.
exploitation.
Yeah, of exploitation. But one element of the story that I'm interested in what you shared, was actually the sense of fairness to you.
Yeah.
When you shared the story earlier, you said that I had in mind a price which I think I should not buy above. So you said that price
Oh
in
yeah.
your mind.
Yeah.
And it is based on your own experience in New Zealand.
Yeah.
You know, and that's what you got at the end of the story. I think you walk out of the story, you still maintain a good relationship
Yeah.
with DK.
Yeah.
You also learn a lot from how those individuals as Indians, which, as I said, they are an example of how dealing is a normal part of this
Yeah.
culture. So you learn a lot first-hand experience. You don't watch the videos and that's how you learn. Now you learn it, first-hand from your own experience. But also you got what you set out in your mind is fairness, and so I think when you look into fairness to who, for us to come and still expect cheap labor and to get it cheap from here, for me,
Or cheap prices.
cheap prices.
Cheap prices that
Yeah.
we probably, and this is what I'm speaking for from my own experience, that we come maybe with an expectation of cheap prices without the consciousness of the cheap labor that's behind those cheap
Yeah.
prices, without the sort of moral and ethical sort of like
Oh, totally.
issues that
Yeah.
or controversy that's surrounded by like the results of that system.
Yeah, totally. And I look at the shed, the actual product that you got. For me, beautiful design, quality-wise.
Yeah.
I think I can buy at the farmers
Yeah.
in New Zealand a shade of that quality, and it'll be more than what you have paid for here.
Yeah. Yeah.
Because and for me, perhaps a more universal sense of fairness is what is fair to you and what might be fair to DK and his friend. Because
Yeah.
if you go by the workmanship, the actual production of the shed,
Yeah.
it's way more than $40.
Yeah. Yeah.
Look at the time made, look at the design. It's beautiful, and the pattern on the shed itself. I know. We know it's mass produced.
Yeah.
But still, the product speaks for itself, and so perhaps one of the ideas that we need to explore is a more universal kind of fairness to all. Because if I may add on here, we're here because of my the summit on traditional medicine here in Delhi that we are here for. And the theme of this second summit is actually restoring the balance, because across the world now there is an imbalance in terms of economy, imbalance in the distribution of and the use of knowledge, the distribution of resources, the exploitation of peoples, and imbalance in how we contribute to polluting, contaminating the environment. The big polluters are not punished the highest. They get away with a lot of things. But we come from the Pacific region. We suffer greatly, and yet we are very, very tiny contributors to the exploitation and the collapse of the environment.
Yeah.
And so I guess the challenge there is how can we work together to address such. And I think the story that you experienced and you shared is actually seemingly small, but it deals with the same global, issues that we have. Yeah,
Yeah. So
that's one way of looking at it.
Well, yeah, I think what it made me think about is that when we talk about this idea of fairness that I received a price that matches what I pay for in New Zealand, that doesn't mean that the price that I pay for in New Zealand is the fair price, you know, because what I'm describing in New Zealand is the wholesale price. So then there are other layers on top of that that has already inflated the actual real value, whatever the real value of that t-shirt is. So then what you're saying about this universal fairness makes sense. So then how can we, I mean, it makes it a lot more complex to think about reaching a universal agreement on the fairness of the value of something when we come from two different parts of the world with two different experiences and whatnot. But yeah, my point is that this idea that we're describing about fairness is only relative to my own experience in the country that I'm from, which isn't the measurement for a fair price, because again, it has everything else layered on top of the shirt before it comes to the shop.
Yeah, there are other aspects to be explored. You know, there is the exchange rate between currencies.
Well, I think the exchange rate is one thing, but then there's there's tax, there's import fees, or whatever other extra cost that goes on top of a product that gets imported, and then whoever's selling it decides the price that they want to sell it for, or you know, whatever the market value is.
Yeah, but there's also the systems put up in place to regulate how you set prices in the market, so that you don't
just make
your own prices.
Yeah,
up,
right. Yeah.
So to some degree, some countries are more advanced in regulating the market.
Yeah.
In some countries, you know, you don't.
Yeah.
The infrastructure, legal infrastructure, very costly, you know, to set up, and all of that.
Yeah, I was just thinking one final point that I was reflecting on is like the basic economics of demand and supply, and in this case, this whole discussion is based around the price that I'm paying for a shirt, and the question of fairness and whatnot. And because I explained to the guys that there's no great demand for me to have dress shirts and formal shirts, so that's why I'm not wanting to look for like the best quality or whatever, because I don't have many opportunities where I need to be presenting myself like that. So then, but compare that to if I came across a nose flute, for example, which is something that I'm far more interested in, I'd probably pay more above and beyond what a regular person would pay because of the greater demand on my part for something like that. So that's a very basic way to think about also this experience of like someone who's questioning the value of a product because of my own personal need for it, which is not that great. And that's why there's extra thought being put there of being like, do I really need to pay this much, or do I really want this high quality? No, not really, because there's no urgent need for me to have this. And so again, that's another layer to this whole experience.
That's a good point. You know, the law on supply and demand.
Yeah.
You know, the demand was very low.
Yeah, it was very low. Yeah.
So he adjusted.
Yeah.
But I think for me, overall, you have had a wonderful experience of interacting with someone that you.
Yeah, no, it was good. It was good. Yeah, you know? It was. They got my money, and I got a good quality product from it. So, I mean, I call it a product, and that's reducing like that.
I think you reach a middle ground there.
Yeah.
You know that. You know what they gave was a product good enough for the price you paid for, and you were happy with that.
Yeah.
And but I think in addition to the shirt that you bought, as I said before, you learn a lot.
Yeah.
The experience of going through that to see how a particular group, earn their living and the way they go about it.
Yeah, they got a bit of free promotion and marketing for themselves in the video as well, and there you go.
Yeah.
No, but it's a two-way street. It's not just.
Yeah,
it was a good
is.
experience. It was a good experience.
It is.
Yeah. So that's a little bit of the analysis and breakdown and thinking around this interesting experience that I had today of just going to a shop with Samoan, Maori, Indian, and purchasing a shirt from his business. So if anyone has had a similar experience, whether in India or somewhere else, I'm curious to hear how it was for you and what the outcome was.
Yeah, I think also you at the end of that engagement, I like the fact that you come away with an open mind and explored, and you still maintain a relationship with the people you engage with, and you thought of issues that you have not thought about before. But you see what your audience think. It'll be good to hear what others think about this topic.
Yeah. Which is why I wanted to have this reflection with you to like kind of articulate what was part of what was going through my mind.
Another view.
Yeah. So, okay. Cool. I think that wraps us up for this.